That's word because you can't touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time.
Welcome to Talking Footy's Rugby League World Cup special. I'm your host Sean, and back with me again with his expert analysis, my man Dan.
It's been too long since we've been on camera, and we're just itching to get back and give you some more rugby league updates with these guys.
In fact, since we've been off camera, this man's been on a honeymoon.
Yeah.
But well, his missus wanted to go to Pleasure Town. He wanted to go to Nelson Bay. So.
Nelson Bay it was. Classic.
They made a stop off, but it was only a quick one.
Yeah, Macca's.
She got the son of Mac instead of the Big Mac. But enough innuendo.
The innuendo.
The World Cup. It has been a success, really.
Yeah,
I mean, if you've been thinking it's going to be huge, you're an idiot. If you've been thinking it's going to be better than the last one, you're impressed.
Yeah.
So Dan, mate, it's been a long 6 weeks. Tell me the semi-finals. How have you seen?
Well, semi-finals, it's kind of to be expected. New Zealand and England were always going to have a crack at the game.
What a game!
Really gotten into it with those big fellas there. And in Australia, I don't know about you guys, but I always thought, Fiji, they were going to run over the top of them, and sure enough, they did. It was 64-0 in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Fiji did well to beat the spread of the 66 points in that game. But,
punters weren't happy.
Yeah, Petro's last game of football altogether. Great World Cup, great thing. We love you, Petro.
Yep.
But the New Zealand-England game, what a game.
I know, right?
20 seconds to go, game done, and there, come at the hour, come at the man, Sean Johnson, fantastic player. Like you guys saw on the Facebook page, we haven't seen footwork like that since MC Hammer.
Yeah, it was a ripper, mate.
Way
to keep you on the edge of your seat too, and New Zealand fans would be loving it over the ditch there.
Yeah, the game was choice, apparently. There was the... on the Twitter sphere.
It was choice.
Yeah, man.
Choice words.
Many a chili bins are emptied that Sunday morn. But all in all, a great showcase of what the Rugby League World Cup's about. One problem though. It's a fantastic semi-final doubleheader at Wembley. Great choice, great venue. Why the fuck would you put England and New Zealand on first?
Yeah, no, that was a bit of an odd one. English fans always going to go home after a loss.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to go home after a win.
Yeah, or to the pub.
Or to the pub, over the road. It would probably be louder outside the stadium than it would be inside. Just directly outside, all the pubs out there, just going off from the win.
Yeah.
And Australia and Fiji was probably clapping inside.
Build it up like the Australia-Fiji game first, and you build the tension, and then
have the blockbuster clash.
Yeah. So, guys, the scheduling has been good, but one thing. I mean, some people have said the 6 weeks is too long.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of teams. Work it out.
Well, that's it. That's how it goes when you've got group stages and then semi-finals. You're going to play a lot of football.
Speaking of a lot of football, some nations, they've been unreal.
Yeah. Well, surprise.
Surprise.
Surprisingly, when they said the USA was in this year for the first time, I thought, oh, mate, I might even have a crack at that.
Well, hang on. You're overqualified. Yeah. You've actually got an American passport. I noticed a lot of American Samoans in the team. Yeah. But hey, good on them. They had a great tournament. Yeah. Played with piss and vinegar. First it was just vinegar. But no, they played really well. Clint Newton on fire. We love you at Penrith, but he had a really good tournament. Matt Peterson coming back out. Yeah. Sideshow Bob. So it was a good tournament all around for them. Yeah. Scotland. Surprising. Danny Bruff was just... Danny Bruff. Sure, it's Danny Bruff, yeah. Was nominated for the International Player of the Year. Wow. No Englishmen at all nominated. It was Danny Bruff, Greg Inglis, and Sonny Bill.
Fair enough.
So that's great. The Scotland team, they only had one loss the entire World Cup. They had a draw and 2 wins. So they only lost to New Zealand. Go figure. That's fair enough.
Yeah. That's it.
Peter Wallace leading the team around. Who else is in the team?
You couldn't tell he's bloody Scottish, could you?
It's from St Mary's. That's alright, he's come back to Penrith, so it's okay. And also, Italy.
Yeah.
The Azzuri.
Yeah.
even without Craig Gower and without Terry Campese, who both pulled out due to injury, which looks fair enough. Campese because, well, a strong wind injures him these days.
It does.
And Craig Gower because he's got gout, he's that old.
Yeah.
Italy, really strong, led by the Minicello brothers. They had an NRL-packed team, a couple of English Super League players as well, plus something a lot of the other international teams didn't have, domestic players. They've got a really good league going around in Italy.
Sweet.
So, yeah, congratulations to them. I thought they had a fantastic tournament.
They kicked off the tournament with a pre-tournament win over England, which just shot the pants off everybody, you know. And that's sort of, I think that changed the mindset of a lot of people, that the superpowers were going to have a whitewash. So,
yeah.
That was real good.
It brought England in a check. It raised up the profile of everything. No, Italy's here to stay, and they're going to keep playing. They're going to keep playing well. But Dan, for you,
well, disappointing things. Like, you know, we've been talking it up, but there have been some sort of just a bit
lackluster,
below average kind of performances, mate. Like
piss week, you'd say.
Yeah, on the Scottish spectrum, over the Emerald Isle, they didn't do so well. Yeah,
Ireland last time were a much better outfit. I thought. They just didn't really produce when the time came. I mean, obviously they weren't going to beat England. They weren't going to beat Australia, but they really didn't compete. Like, it wasn't even close to a competition. They really should have played better against England. So, Ireland were disappointing. Yeah. The only good thing about it, Pat Richards got to practice his kick-off skills.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
He should be an NFL kicker, that guy, getting millions of dollars. Tonga and PNG as well. For the big fella nations, you know, they usually put up a fight, and especially when they're headbutting each other, but it was kind of a bit...
Tonga had a really good tour. I mean, unfortunately, I had to miss the game, but I was at the Samoa-Tongan Test match at Penrith earlier this year. Yeah. Great game, and Tonga rolled through Samoa. But they just didn't bring their A game. I mean, they had an NRL team pretty much of all, so former Kiwi Test players too, former Kiwi World Cup winners in that team. It's great to see the blokes stick to their nations. Don't go playing for New Zealand. Stick to the Tonga, stick to Samoa, stick to Fiji. That's awesome. Just, guys, you got to turn up and play properly as a nation. I mean, you left it till last to play really well. It was a really good game, but, you know, well, that's what happens when you got Conrad Harrell. And
that's it.
The PNG, wow. How disappointing was that? Well, Mal Meninga as the coaching director. Oh. Yeah, finally found out what happens when you don't coach Darren Lockyer, Cameron Smith, and Billy Slater, Greg Inglis.
Greg Inglis,
yeah. How much of a super coach are you now?
Yeah. Stinking Queenslanders.
Yeah, you dirty bastard.
Mate, big final coming up, obviously Australia, New Zealand. I mean, it's the one we all saw at the start, but then we're pleasantly surprised halfway through, and now we're back to brass tacks, really.
We all saw it coming. We really did. But there's one bloke who came out in the paper the other day having a whinge about it all.
Oh, no, it couldn't be bloody Buzz Rockfield, was it?
Nail on the head, mate. Smacked it right
in the paper
there.
About rugby league.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Mr. Negativity, if not about Cronulla, is going off and about how useless this tournament is. And the response to that? Every man and his dog telling him just how useless his opinion is. Even in his own paper where he's the editor, Mike Coleman come out and call him a wanker.
That's funny.
I don't know if it was in exact terms, but it was pretty damn close.
There's some good summarising.
Exactly. Every person that's come out in defence of the World Cup who's actually watched the game, everybody who complains about it hasn't watched any of the games. And he tried to backpedal a couple of weeks ago, like last week, sorry, when he talked about the Kiwis-England game. Mate, too late, you've already said your piece. So, shut up, either talk about your Wanderers or don't talk at all.
Oh, and hopefully you just...
Don't talk at all.
Doesn't talk. Well, mate, big final now.
That it is, mate.
Well, who's going to be? Who's going to be?
New Zealand's side is quite impressive. You've got Big Bad Cassiano, you've got Madalino, you've got Waria Hargreaves, the form forward of the definitely the finals, let alone the competition. Sonny Bill, Elijah Taylor, very good. Yeah. Big Bad Frankie Pritchard. Oh no, Frank the Tank is back.
I love it.
Mate, you got such a strong forward pack. That's not including Isaac Luke, darting out a dummy half. Yep. And then look, and also Simon Mannering. How could I forget the rock that he is? But the backs, after you get past Sean Johnson, who, as we agreed, superstar, and Kieran Florin, who's, you know, games to another level, it kind of just, I don't know if it mellows out, because they're still very good players. It doesn't mellow out. I mean, Manu might be fit for the final. the beast, but he's rocks and diamonds.
Well, he is indeed. When he's off though, he's off.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's. I think the Australian will be pressing the attack down there.
Oh yeah.
To see if there's any cracks early on, and if there is, it might just be an Australian whitewash.
Oh yeah. Because there's a couple of blokes that have stood out, but unfortunately one of them's injured. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Great tournament.
Right. Well, mate, like we got that try.
Oh, almost forgot.
You know, it was an absolute ripper, flick pass from Dean Murray.
Close.
Ware. Some sort of skip.
Wary fairy.
Yeah. And it's a winner. Have a look.
By the Kiwis, they might make something happen. Isaac look again, throws it over the top. Oh, he's thrown it out of play, has he?
What a ball! What a ball!
Sheck will score. What a thing!
All right, nah, that was bullshit. CGI. That can't be true.
Nah.
Well, hang on, we saw it live. It was. Yeah. What a try!
Yeah, it was an absolute ripper. You can't.
I tell you what, I'll take that try.
Yeah.
I'll raise you one more.
Yeah.
The find of this tournament so far has been Jared Hayne in the centres. In fact, I believe you found this try as well for me.
I did. It's absolute ripper. Him and Morris just hooking up. Have a look.
So some of the passing game here. Morris is away. He can take on the fullback. Morris. Oh no, hey, that is beautiful. That is skillful from Brett Morris and Jared Hayne.
Now that they're done hooking up, you can watch the try.
Oh, I thought you were about to hook to the footage of them in the shower after the game. But the combination is unreal. Hell, I'm looking forward to seeing that for New South Wales next year. But this week's final, Jared Hayne led Aussies. Now, Australia actually has, I believe they've passed Billy Slater fit, which I reckon is actually going to do us worse.
What do you reckon?
Do you want an ageing, over-the-hill Billy Slater who actually cost us the last World Cup in 2008? Or...
You realise how you said hillbilly? Over the hillbilly Slater, that's classic. Over the hillbilly.
Oh,
man.
That's getting a run next year.
We're going to market that. We're going to market that.
You better believe it. Origin, they'll have his t-shirts and everything. But no, would you rather have him or the thoroughbred that is Greg Inglis?
Yeah, absolutely. And the way he's been barnstorming, I've seen some highlights of his this World Cup, and it's just like, what?
A human highlight reel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would, because we got plenty of fine backs and centres.
Yeah.
And Greg Inglis in the back.
I
don't know. I think, they rested him for the important games and brought him back for the non-importance.
Tim Sheen's a Brent Tate fan, obviously.
Can't win them all.
Nope. No, well, hopefully we win this World Cup. I see it as a tight one. With 5 minutes to go, we put on a couple of tries to extend the lead. Australia retains the cup. Cameron Smith says thank you, and all the demons are erased.
Yeah, that'll work.
Didn't see that coming.
No, really. No biased opinion there at all. But yeah, I got to agree. It's the best looking Australian squad we've seen in quite a while because everyone's fighting fit at the moment. So.
Oh yeah. And I believe Jared Hayne will be the difference. He's running with some vigour, some skill, and the boys are running off him. And
that you haven't seen since Parramatta were half decent. I don't know how I said half decent.
Jared Hayne never played for Parramatta when they were half decent. He was born in the 80s, he didn't play in it, there's a difference. But enough of bashing Parramatta, that's some more for next year. We'd like to thank our sponsors who've been fantastic again. Just great in the off season. In fact, they've been talking to me, which is great.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, it was good. We'd like to thank the good people at the Car Hole Tavern. The good people who are just driving past right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good guys.
They didn't stop in, but we'll get them next time.
And also the really good bloke at Phillips79. Oh man, the game footage. He sent me another list like this. Wait till next year.
I think that's all he does.
Reminiscing
I think he lives and breathes footy.
Yeah.
He
lives and breathes footy for our enjoyment.
Yeah.
That's great. So Luke Phillips, thank you very much.
Get onto it.
Anyone else?
No, that's it.
Sure, talking footy doesn't deserve a mention?
No, talking footy's got enough raps, man. They're just up in lights at the moment. So.
Yeah, you don't want to put them up another notch. Just so we have to bring them down.
Yeah, don't want to be bigger than Jesus sort of thing. So.
Talking footy, it's getting there.
It's getting. Talking footy, it's getting there.
The worst tagline anyway. Talking footy, it's better.
Yeah. It's not utter dog shit. On that note, we're out of here. Have a good off-season, guys. Have a good summer.
Enjoy the cricket.
Enjoy the cricket, and we'll see you next year. Cheers.
Cheers.
And that's the end of that chapter.